Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and sharing this episode with a friend and friends, or more friends and family. Everybody can enjoy Critical Hit, and we can keep Critical Hit going with your small contribution at patreon.com/major spoilers. Keep in mind, we're not owned by a big studio or a corporation. We're small independent podcasters that are bringing you what we think is a pretty good story, and we want to continue to tell you fun stories and bring you fun programs week after week from far into the future. We can do that with your help. Patreon.com/major spoilers. That's where you want to go to sign up. Every little bit helps, and when you do sign up, you get a little bit more, even more than what we're already giving you. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's get back into the action with a recap of what happened last time. Good job, guys. I knew you would say it.
So, as the last of the party guests leave Miller Manor, Arthur Wilson and his assistant Miriam linger. Wilson clutches a paper in his hand, which he waves accusingly at the railroad baron. Your telegraph operator gave me this. The warehouse you rented burned down with all the workers and product inside. My portmaster also says a federale was snooping around. Miller cuts him off with a wave of his hand. I'm aware of the situation, Mr. Wilson. You'll be properly compensated for your losses. Still not satisfied, the owner of Los Brazos de Santiago looks down at the diorama at the center of the mansion's great room. Are you sure you know what you're doing? I mean, I won't claim to understand this project of yours, but is now really a good time to build a new railroad? Don't you already have enough track? It's never enough, Miller shouts, slamming his fist on the oak table, the impact knocking over a model forest. Now leave us. As her boss runs out the door, Miriam looks up with a smile, her fingers idly tracing the lines of the table, leaving little patterns in the seamless wood. Miller swats at her hand while gesturing to one of his servants standing guard in front of the doors to his new guest room. I've been told the carpenter was very curious about your work. It's an impressive gift, if a bit ostentatious. You have what you need to take care of the phase spawn and the saurian? It'll be my pleasure, she coos. And did you get what you need? The lawman won't back down, so I'm afraid I'll have to kill him. Unsurprising, but still such a waste. I'm certain the hanging judge was here, but none of my magics could detect him. I wonder if he's even aware of his power. I'll just have to count on catching him with the others. And the carpenter. He trails off, looking to the pale woman being led out of the guest room, her new prison. Could you sense him? The medium fights to resist answering, but it is as useless as her struggle to call for help during the party, or when she had heard voices on the roof earlier in the day. Yes, master. Miller grins cruelly and turns to the creature currently calling herself Miriam. It's time for you to take our guest back to your swamp and finish spreading the aura. I'm seeing the peripheral effects, but it hasn't reached the new test subjects. Medium, how long do you think it will take? He asks, turning to his gaze back to his captive. I don't know, master. The second batch is promising, but I know I can do better. It's just... She pauses, grimacing in anticipation of his displeasure. The artifact is putting too great a strain on my powers. If I keep using it like this, I will die. Miller only laughs. Well, you best work quickly then. After all, it seems your talent isn't as rare as I'd thought.
Dun, dun, dun. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Critical Hit.
We'll see you next week with a mailbag, and then a week after that, another mailbag. And then we
do need to do some mailbags.
Paths. We do, yeah. Wow.
So, across town.
On Critical Hit!
More modest home of William Palmer. Russell Street walks down the stairs, and Palmer gestures for him to take a seat.
Does Elder return downstairs as well?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you all looking at me like that?
Sit down, Russell. There's something you should hear.
Okay.
I was a Union cavalry captain during the Civil War. I was captured, sending intelligence about Confederate movements. They knew they had a spy, but they didn't realize who I was. That experience taught me the importance of keeping secrets. So I want you to know how serious it is that I am breaking a promise to keep this one.
Oh, okay.
I, after my capture, was kept at Castle Thunder in Richmond. The commandant was a brutal man and ordered my beating. I broke my leg and got an infection. I was sure I was going to die and tried to make peace with it. I'd gotten into this predicament doing God's work, fighting for justice and equality for all his children. As I prayed, I had a sort of vision. God wasn't done with me yet. I was fighting the great evil of slavery, but there were other evils that mankind hadn't gone to war with because they were insidious, corrupting and harming us, while so many were ignorant of their very existence. When I awoke, the fever was gone. I'll never walk quite right again, but luckily I could still ride a horse just fine. And when I returned to battle, it was against not just the Confederacy, but a variety of hidden foes who sought to profit from the bloodshed and chaos and death that was consuming our country. I found others who were aware of the secrets of our world as I moved from unit to unit. They had all different philosophies and beliefs about the nature of these evils, but I found my own feelings best fit with the disciples of Chung Kui. He looks at Russell. I met your mother at a hospital in Chattanooga.
My mother? When was this?
During the Civil War.
Okay.
I was trying to be subtle, visiting the injured with my prayers. I have some healing powers that I was able to use to ensure they recovered. But she figured me out immediately. She was no healer herself, but she was there to banish a ghost that had been encouraging the spread of disease. And she told me about her group and about her gift of seeing ghosts, good and ill. She traveled around a good deal, solving problems when she could. After the war, she was in a town in New Mexico that was having issues with babies disappearing, and traced the problem to an idol of Chihuahua. She recovered it, banished the ghost it had conjured, and contacted me. She knew about my plans in Mexico and thought that returning this idol might be a good gesture of goodwill. We were planning on giving it back to your order. She looks to Gemma.
Mm-hmm.
And she was coming here to bring the idol to me. And that's why I brought you here, Russell. Her life has been hard, and I thought she might like to see the man you become.
Have no memory of my family.
I know. And I swore to your mother I'd keep you out of this, even though I feel like you're meant to be a part of our work.
What? I mean, she's here?
That's the thing. She never arrived. That's why I haven't done more myself about the reports of ghosts around here. My organization's stretched too thin trying to find her.
She was last in New Mexico. What's her name?
Lynn Borison.
Wow.
She
What about my father?
So how old are you now?
As of this, 25, I guess. Again, I have no memory before waking up in the temple, so the monks guessed my age.
They knew your age. So I suppose 17 years ago, an agent of ours who was investigating reports of Zhang She being active in New York disappeared. Death and capture are always a risk in our line of work, so we compartmentalize information. But he'd known about your mother, and unfortunately we didn't learn he was missing until it was too late, or we'd have had her move her operations. Your family was attacked. Lynn had guards, but they and your father just bought her time to escape with you, and that was only after you'd been badly injured yourself. Lynn brought you to the monastery to recover and left you there in the monks' care and went into hiding.
Yeah, the monks said they found me on Russell Street, so that's what they gave me that name.
Your name is Russell Boris, and she named you after the street.
This is all very new.
As I said, she didn't want you involved in this.
Involved in what? Secret societies?
Yes.
Crazy missions?
Yes. Any of this. I don't think she ever forgave herself for your father's death, and she didn't want that life for you.
I'm happy being a carpenter, but I can't let people get hurt or injured.
That's what I argued. You're a good man, and I argued with her when your gift emerged after your brush with death, but she insisted it was too dangerous.
I mean, I can't take care of myself.
And I'm trusting that by telling you this. We need all the help we can to find her, to recover this artifact, to stop Miller.
Well, I mean, I'm already involved. I'm not stopping now. And if this somehow leads to finding my mother, then there's no way that I'm stopping.
I'm glad to hear it. I can't give you much assistance, but I'll do what I can. He looks at Russell. You have the amulet from.
I have an amulet, yes, and I pull it out.
He nods. We have kept tabs on you. We made sure you were well taken care of. Here, I think he just opens his hand for the amulet.
I hand it to him.
This is not its full potential. I can improve it for you.
Okay, improve it how?
Make it even more effective in your fight against the unquiet dead.
Okay.
And he will hold it in his hands, and he actually fiddles with the components of it, the yin and the yang, and they flip up and basically flip over in a way that you didn't even know that it was capable of, and glow incredibly brightly for a moment and then settle back down. And if you want to look up the property Life Surge that has been added to your amulet, and it is also now a amulet of resistance +1.
Amulet of resistance +1.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will lose the amulet of mighty fist then.
Oh, it is still mighty fists. It's
okay.
It's just these are all being added onto
Okay.
it. So it is
All
now an amulet of mighty fists that grants a +1 resistance bonus to all your saves.
Okay.
And has the life surge property. If you want to look that up as a weapon property.
All right, I will look for that. Give me a little bit, but I will find it.
And then he looks to Chema and says, unfortunately, I don't have either artifact that I believe rightfully belongs to your people, but I can help protect you if you are working to fight this.
Certainly. And not to get into details, but it doesn't rightfully belong to them either. They just keep it.
Ha. Well, it with things this old, it's hard to say who has ownership anymore. My own order goes back thousands of years to China. And yet that just because you're not of a certain background or can't draw direct lineage to a thing doesn't mean that it can't harm you and that you can't do good. And then he will, may I? And kind of gestures towards Chema.
Oh, certainly.
And you wear like a duster or a jacket?
Yeah.
Cool. So again, he will looks like he's in contemplation and prayer. And then his hands glow slightly and he presses his hands onto each shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And your jacket now counts as a +1 spell storing armor. You want to look that up.
Yep. And that's a +1 to AC, right?
Correct. And then it has the spell storing property.
Okay.
When you say either artifact, I was aware of the statue of Chimalma. Is there a second artifact that we are worried about?
I don't think that you need to be particularly worried about this one. Lynn did send me a telegraph letting me know that she had dealt with it. It apparently is only active every 20 years or so, from what she could gather. So it is inert, but we were still hoping to get it somewhere more secure.
And what is it?
Oh, it's a artifact, another Nahuatl artifact, actually. It's associated with Chuatiatl, the goddess of those who die in childbirth. It has the unfortunate effect of conjuring ghosts that steal babies.
That is unpleasant.
Yes, though it seems easier to deal with than this current problem. Yeah, Palmer lays his hands on your shoulders and steps back.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do. What will you do now?
Well, I feel that a frontal assault is not going to do well for us, and I think that our initial lead was correct. We need to go back to Los Brazos, and I think we need to figure out what is actually. Never mind. I don't actually know what's going on with Ishin because he hasn't told us, and I can't speak lizard, so.
We have a number of possible courses of action.
I'll just say that. I'll just say, I don't think a frontal assault will do us any good
I agree.
at this stage.
Miller is powerful and well connected. There are few enough people who understand the supernatural, and they're not going to take the words of an out-of-town lawman, a carpenter, and a vigilante, or a stranger and an herbalist. You're going to need evidence of some sort before you can actually confront Miller, or at least to have dealt with the worst of his agents.
So we just can't go take out Miller tonight, right now?
I would not advise that unless you want to be hung tomorrow.
Yes, that is one thing you have to consider when you start dealing with supernatural terrors, is that it doesn't make people and guns and rope go away. He is a well-connected industrialist in town. There is no reason why the sheriff wouldn't simply see it as a poorly thought-out assassination attempt if we just went in there and tried to kill him.
Agreed. But of the issues in the swamp, if we have, we have the possibility that there's some sort of hag or creature that might be working with him?
There is.
How do you know?
Oh, did that bird talk to you about that?
That's what, yeah. My aunt sent a message. The war party has disappeared, has vanished, while going after the hag.
So perhaps
I am needed back there immediately. And am needed to bring as much help with me as I can.
Well, if this hag is connected, this is probably our best course of action. At the very least, you saw the maquette. Los Brazos has to be part of his operation, right? Anybody see that maquette?
Yeah, I kind of did. I was guarding Mr. Palmer at the time.
Yes.
Mrs. Palmer at
I'm
the
afraid
time.
I did not.
I'm sorry, what is a maquette?
It's like a diorama.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that term for it before. Yes. Yes, as I
Look
said,
it up to make sure I'm saying it right.
Oh,
I believe you are.
the thing with the trees that looked like
Yes.
his name,
The
What?
moth.
pointed alder.
It what?
Yeah. Alder is a tree.
Oh.
The trees are all the trees. He is 100% correct. I understood you, my friend. It's.
Yeah, sorry. I did
Yes,
not.
I agree. I think we have to do something, and if we know, if nothing else, we would know more if we engage some sort of hag in a swamp.
I think there is much that we can discover there. Judge, what do you think?
I am becoming increasingly out of my element the more that is revealed here. I will pretty much go where you all decide.
Very well. Although don't most of these things still die to bullets from what I understand, so I think you will be okay. And punching and things like that.
That is reassuring.
And lassos. Don't forget the lassos.
Yes.
I am just very unaccustomed to being the most mundane person in the room.
Palmer smiles. I don't suppose you want to tell me who you are under there?
I would not.
Life still
is-
has some mysteries.
Well,
What is
compartmentalization,
mundane?
right?
Indeed.
Yes.
What did you say, Rob?
What is mundane?
Plain, normal.
Non-magical in this situation, I suppose.
Yes.
Uh,
I wouldn't
I
be
don't
too
have magic.
worried. Many members of my order have no powers or touch of the supernatural. They simply have awareness and the desire to do something about it.
Well, that is certainly something I possess.
Oh, go ahead.
Curious about the picture on the wall.
Oh,
Does that have to do with your secret society?
Yes, that is Zhang Kui. He is a ghost, actually. Our society doesn't believe all ghosts are malign, as they're not. He, in Chinese history, was a civil servant who died and did battle against evil spirits that would have done harm to the empire.
Ah.
And his disciples ever since have tried to live by that policy. Many of us have had brushes with death in one way or another, and those have awoken us to the world that others do not see.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to take in.
I'm sorry to burden you with all of this.
Not a burden, but it does feel like a great weight has been lifted, partially.
Lifted?
Well, when you go through life not knowing who your family is, it wears on you.
Don't blame your mother. She's a good woman. She's just had a very hard life. Suffice to say, you're lucky that when you started speaking to people that weren't there, you were around people who understood what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there.
Yes, I think you will do just fine, Russell. You are not the first supernatural carpenter that ends up battling evil.
Yes,
There was
indeed.
another?
Oh, Alder.
I'll
Some disagreement on.
You know, services are every Sunday.
So, are we agreed on heading back to the swamp and seeing what we can find there?
I believe so.
I think we are resolved, yes.
And we believe that Miller and the hag are in cooperation with one another.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not, it's a remarkable coincidence.
A lot of, as I turn back and look at Palmer, a lot of remarkable coincidences this evening.
Oh, it's no coincidence that you're here. I brought you here.
Yes. Congratulations, Russell. You caught a glimpse of the unseen hand. Maybe someday you will be a part of it.
Possibly.
Huh?
I hope so.
He means Esh and those that manipulate the world behind the scenes.
Huh?
Secret societies, Eshin.
He'll get it.
Humes.
Yeah.
To the swamp then?
Yes.
To the swamp.
All right.
First thing in the morning or right now?
No, we should rest. It has been an eventful night.
It has been. Fair.
Are you going to be okay here? Is your wife going to be all right?
The doctor says she'll be okay. I think this was a warning, not meant to be a lethal blow.
Hmm. Well,
Before we
whatever
go,
words you know, I would work on them tonight.
I will. And I'll have the horses ready for the two of you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Of course.
before we go, I will have some medicines and some specific herbs for you in the morning
Thank you, Alder.
to give to her.
You seem remarkably untroubled by all of this. Why is that?
I wouldn't say I'm untroubled. I would simply say that there comes a level of discomfort at which one has to simply go along for the ride.
Maybe admit they're not from South Carolina.
No, I'm from South Carolina. Why do you not believe me? I can take you to the tree.
The tree?
It's complicated. But no.
Alter also comes from a remarkable lineage.
One could say that. In any case, I believe that the answers that we all seek are somehow intertwined. And since mine seem to be less personal and perhaps less lethal, I'm really more than willing to assist my compatriots. And I believe with luck we will find what we need in a swamp, and we will stop whatever plans Mr. Miller has in mind.
I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
I'll stand up. Well, do we meet up in the morning then?
I believe so. You and I are staying at the same place.
I will meet you all in the morning outside of town.
Okay.
We need to work on a way to contact you, by the way.
I will think on it.
Does Palmer's estate, like, it's the rest, like, does he have a pretty good sized area around his house, like gardens or anything like that?
I mean, not gardens, because this area is just too dry to sustain that, but he does have land. He has, like, a area for riding horses and some, basically like a cactus garden.
Okay. Maybe Eshin can stay here in your property.
That's fine by me.
That way, if anything else happens, at least someone is close by. Are you okay with that, Eshin?
Okay. Is that close enough to Russell?
Oh, there is that. Actually, Mr. Palmer, you wouldn't happen to have a head for curses, would you?
I've seen some. You mean removing them?
Yes, it appears Russell is under the effect of some sort of supernatural malady, and he needs to stay close to Eshin for that to not continue to cause him problems.
I roll up my sleeve to show him.
Oh. Unfortunately, that's beyond my power to remove that. I'm sorry. Where did that come from?
Fight with Greenwood.
That is incredibly unfortunate. Poor man. What... I think that until this situation is fully addressed, until the artifact has been rendered inert, there's not much that I can do for that.
It's worth asking.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry, I can't do more.
That's fine. So I guess...
But if the two of you need to stay on my property for the reasons of this curse, I have a guest room.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I'll need to change my clothes. I don't think I want to go to the swamp in formal attire.
Understandable. If you, one of your companions wants to bring your clothes from the boarding house, or if you want to go visit the boarding house, I'll stay up and let you back in.
Oh, thank you. Chema, if you want to just bring me my bundle that's on my bed in the morning, that would be fine.
That is fine. Let us just meet here then,
Yes.
and we'll head out from here, and we'll meet the judge outside of town.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Well, I will see everyone tomorrow then.
So you guys go to sleep?
Yes.
If we
Yep,
can.
head to the inn and probably get some amount of sleep.
Cool. So I would like Eshin and Alder to make me will saves.
Ashen and Alder?
Eshin and Alder.
Eshin and Alder making will say.
I don't have a
boy.
will save.
Awesome.
Because they touched the monster, I'm guessing.
Under the thrall of an evil thing. That's
Lizard
why
monster.
I like. How do you feel about a
Cloak of
22?
resistance is plus
Bam.
2, right? Yes. That makes this a
619.
little bit better.
Ouch.
Nice. That's what I like to see.
Lizard Man Ghoul coming up.
So you sleep like a baby, Alder.
Good.
But Eshin has a dream.
Oh.
He's back in his aunt's tent in the swamp, sitting on the floor in front of her. The space is warm and has the familiar smells of brackish water, incense, and the musk of her pet caiman, who's curled up in the corner. Your father is dead, she says solemnly, putting down the bowl of ceremonial war paint she was mixing. No one returned from his war party to bring back his trident. If you had brought help sooner, he might not have attacked so recklessly. If you had been able to redeem yourself, he might have had a successor. Now, with him and his best warriors fallen in battle, what remains of the tribe will tear itself apart fighting for succession. Luckily, you have me, she says with a cruel laugh. As she stands, she digs her claws into her own flesh, pulling away her scales and totems to reveal the gnarled figure of a hag beneath. She reaches forward and kisses Eshin forcefully. The smells around him change to decay and sickness, and the scene changes from the comfortable tent to a blighted swamp strewn with the bodies of Calicians. Eshin is rooted to the ground, nearly strangled by long strands of hair-like moss. And I have you, Eshin. You will serve me again. Come to me. Bring your friends. We can kill them together, and you can be my consort as we reclaim what is ours. And you wake up and have not gotten a good night's sleep. You are fatigued.
Oh. What does fatigued do?
Oh, it's really bad.
So negative
So-
40 your concentration or something.
Oh, that's what you'd be if you were a caster. Since you're a barbarian,
It's
You-
bad.
you cannot rage.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
No!
You can neither run nor charge and take a -2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing
Ooh.
anything that would normally cause fatigue, like raging, would cause the fatigued character to become exhausted.
At which point you'd collapse like a flan in a cupboard.
Well, you can rage.
No, a barbarian can't enter a new rage while fatigued or exhausted. It is part of the rage.
It's
Boo.
oh, man. That's not good.
There are actually feats to prevent this, one of which I was looking at when we leveled up.
And you fail to take it.
No.
It's always the feat you don't.
Yeah. When you really want to hurt him, kick him in the class features.
Nothing makes Rob angrier than not foreseeing something in character generation.
I mean, not many people really think to plan their characters around being hit by the spell Nightmare.
You know,
Yeah, but this is Rob.
it's been a while. It's really been a while since we've played. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a while since I played 3rd edition.
Oh, yeah.
Or a 3rd edition permutation. Back when I was playing 3rd edition regularly, you made characters being like, I need to have this save and this spell and this thing for when somebody casts some crazy insta-death thing on me. Or for when somebody tries to take away, for when the game master tries to take away that ability that I need to use, I need to have this prepared. So you have characters with this weird specific equipment and feat list just to survive game masters that are trying to take away your stuff.
That's just rude.
On top of the fact that raging actually makes me fatigued, when I drop out of the rage, I am fatigued for 1 minute. So I was looking at taking it so as I could actually go back into rage if immediately if
Yeah,
necessary.
that's what makes that feat normally really good.
Yeah.
Well, level 5's coming up.
But that'll be too late.
Unless we died because you couldn't rage.
Ouch.
Way to go,
We'll
Eshin.
haunt your new character. Ooh, it's the ghost of Alder.
Yeah, I'll just
Would
take
you
a new
like
template.
Yeah.
So yeah. One thing. When the hanging judge returns home, he actually has a note attached to a telegraph that was left to him by his assistant, which says, "This came through in Spanish. Don't know who it's addressed to."
Okay, I will pocket that to give it to Shima later when I see him.
All right. So morning comes. What do you guys do?
I take a packet of herbs and some handwritten instructions over to the lovely Palmer house.
Yep. I'll grab Russell's stuff and get my horse and then head over to the Palmer estate.
Cool.
Get up early to head to the stables and get my horse to rendezvous outside of town.
I will look at Eshin and say, are you sure you're okay? You certainly made a lot of noise last night.
What do you call them? Night?
It was at night.
Night thoughts, night scares.
Oh, nightmares?
Yeah.
Anything specific you want to share?
Just worries that I'm too late.
Well, considering how far the blight has expanded, I don't know if you saw it at Miller's place, but yeah, it's certainly something to worry about.
Hey, Sam, could I have cast Cure Moderate Wounds into my
Armor, absolutely.
Okay.
And so how
last
that
night
works?
so that I have it?
Yep, exactly. I was gonna say that. Yep, perfect.
So now you've got one banked.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's like a pocket full of magic.
It's exactly like that. So yeah, Palmer welcomes you. thanks Alder for the herbs and says, Mary's awake now. Thank you. She's still in bed, but I think she's going to be okay. And Dr. Barton was by even earlier, and I don't know that woman sleeps. But she said that the baby's
say I've
doing
never
okay.
seen it, but
She is a tough customer.
well, make certain that you're applying this regularly, and let Dr. Barton know of any changes to her condition or her state. Actually, if you could let Dr. Barton know that I've had to leave, that would be lovely as well. She'll understand. Just let her know that I have a situation that must be taken care of immediately, but I will be back as soon as I can. And obviously, since last time I did not tell her, this will be better because I told you to tell her.
All right. Well, thank you for the herbs. Good luck.
Thank you. We will always use extra luck.
When we start to get going, I'll turn to Alder and be like, it says something about your doctor if a man who is used to dealing with supernatural terrors is concerned about telling her that you are gone for a week.
Her bark is much worse than her bite, and if there's two things that I know, it's biting and bark.
Zip to indicate that Dawn lets off a tiny bark and then does a very playful nip at your calf.
See? Exactly.
Oh, I see. I think I get both meanings of that.
It's a pun, you see.
Yes, that is what you call them. A pun.
Huh?
I just have this thought process of Alder's pony just wandering around the city and showing up.
Nope, you don't have
Dawn
a magic
bringing
pony.
the horse. I was just thinking Dawn could bring the horse.
One magic animal. You need a feat for any more magic animals.
I want 7 magic animals.
You can probably multi-class for more magic animals, but you probably don't have the stats for it.
I got a dog and a pony. I got a pterodactyl. I have a naked mole rat.
Should have taken a summoner class.
3 small whales in a bucket.
I'm guessing in Pathfinder, druids still do spontaneous summon nature's allies.
Yes, they do. So
yeah,
it's possible.
Next time, play a druid. Have all the animals you want.
If you play a druid, you can live the dream where you are an animal and you also have a pack of animals.
Yes,
that would be awful.
It is an amazing dream.
I'm so bad at having animals, you guys. I can't even tell you. See, that silence from Rodrigo is just that years of resentment.
Oh, no.
Gave you a dog, you'd never used it.
That's right.
It was a long time ago. It's part of growing pains of getting back when Matthew was a new player for me.
That's right. Now I've got a dog, and the dog is like, "Hi, I'm a dog," and I'm like, "Oh, well, that works."
Yep.
And everyone else is like, "Yeah, sure, it's a dog."
What? What else would it be?
She's a yoke.
Did you guys head out of town?
Yes, we are heading out of town.
The edge of time.
The familiar strains of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly played on 3 out-of-tune kazoos blows up in the background as our posse heads to Comitatus.
Are kazoos ever in tune?
Yes. Well, okay, 2 kazoos and a recorder.
Ouch.
Why must you put these sounds in my ears?
I would also accept the Spike Jonze version of Ghost Riders in the Sky.
So we head to the edge of town.
To the edge of town.
Yay.
Where we try and find the hanging judge.
I assume they successfully find the hanging judge.
Or he finds them.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's why they call him the hanging judge. He's always just sort of hanging around.
Pretty much.
These criminals, like, I get older, but these criminals stay the same age. Yes, they do.
All right.
All right. The hangout judge.
So I'll pull up
Because
alongside Shima and hand him the telegraph. I took the liberty of procuring this for you.
I look at it.
It says, "You're off the case. For your own good. Come home."
I flip it up, put it in my pocket.
News from home?
Sort of. I have been reassigned. I am to report back home as soon as possible.
How soon do you presume it will be possible?
Well, I don't know how soon that will be because I was sent here for an investigation, but this is clearly no longer an investigation. I would say this is an inquisition.
What a shame that you did not receive that telegram before we set out this morning.
It is.
Unexpected.
No, I have. I suspect more and more that our adversaries' claws extend farther than just Texas. So this is not surprising.
Let's see.
This is unpleasant news.
Oh, do not worry about it. I did not get sent all the way out here because I am the one that is good at following directions.
I see.
That is true. You're in redemption, so you're expected to have at least some eccentricity. At least as far as I can tell.
Apparently.
Says the man in the mask.
Yes.
That does mean that any officiality I still had with me is going to be contested, but it's not like I haven't been acting far outside of my jurisdiction thus far.
And, it's not as though your badge has an expiration date visible on it, so...
No. I think it will be all right.
5 clouds of dust. And a small dog of unknown
So,
breed.
how far south do we have to go?
So Eshin, the best way, honestly, to get these guys there would probably be the way you have crisscrossed a bunch at this point now, to go back to Perdition and then go from there, basically due southeast towards the swamp. But you might as well take the road while you can. You're also not going to want to take your horses into the swamp. It is not going to be good for them.
Yeah, we'll find some place to put them before that.
Are we basically backtracking our way the way we went before, or is this a whole new...
No,
Yep.
it's backtracking again.
Okay.
Because we went to Perdition and then to Los Brazos and then back.
Mm-hmm.
And then back to Redemption, and now we're going back to Perdition. But from that point, we'll probably go exactly the same way, only different.
No. From Perdition, we go to the swamp.
Well, you will lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay, Eshin?
Long night.
Yes.
Couldn't sleep.
All the
I
rummages
actually
in
slept
Marcus'
really well.
files.
Mhm.
I
Well,
think
they're
things.
off
On it,
this year, but-
I don't know. I think things are looking up.
Mm.
I mean, there are evil things afoot, but they have always been there. Now we know about them.
It's a way to look at it.
I've always known about the hag.
Have you ever had reason to fight one before?
Yes,
Hmm.
we killed 2 of the 3 that were bothering us.
A fair point.
Ashen, how old are you in terms of your people? Are you a full adult? Are you very young? Have you been around for a long time? It is very difficult for me to tell.
I am of age.
I see. But young.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Just curious. You seem impulsive, but I did not know if that was a trait of your people or a personality trait or just because you are young and eager.
Kind of each.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hmm. We should hurry.
Hmm.
Well, as we hurry back to Los Brazos and beyond, I think maybe we should take a break
Ooh.
and see what happens next time when and if we reach our destination. Because you never know what Sam might throw at us.
And she might kill us all in a
Yes.
fake peek.
We're going to start next episode with an asteroid deep from space comes hurtling down and destroys our
We're changing
party.
genres abruptly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, it's going to be sci-fi from now on. I call cyborg.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for downloading and checking us out. Podcast at majorspoilers.com. If you have any questions or comments or things that you want to send our way, we certainly appreciate all of that. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2017 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.